everyone, welcome back to Driven, powered by Petronas Premix 95 with advanced energy formula.
Now, as much as everyone loves to deny it, we all have to grow up sometime. There will be a time when you and your family will grow out of small hatchbacks or sedans.
So the next logical step is SUVs. Here we have 3 of the latest premium crossovers in Malaysia from 3 German brands that we all know and love.
Presenting to you the all-new BMW X1, the Mercedes-Benz GLA and the facelifted Audi Q3.
Find out which one's best for you and your family.
Newest in this group is the F48 BMW X1. Despite looking the most like an SUV, it's the only one here without an all-wheel drive system. But forget the ugly old X1. This one is a completely different ballgame. It's new from the top to bottom. It looks better and it's much bigger inside. Make no mistakes, this time BMW has built a proper family crossover.
Well, it's about time, because it has real competition coming from Mercedes. The GLA 250 has made it big here in Malaysia. It's the right size, it looks great, and its price hits the right spot for young, fashion-conscious families. Its full AMG trim makes it appeal to enthusiasts too.
Audi's option is less showy. The updated Q3 is, shall we say, more classy than avant-garde. Being a 2011 design though, it's by far the oldest car here and it really shows, both inside and out. But like all Audis, it is classically handsome and its build quality is second to none. Let's cut to the chase here. The Audi Q3 is not built for drivers. If you're upgrading from a hot hatch like, say, a Golf GTI and expecting a similar driving experience, look elsewhere. This is not the car for you. I'm not saying it's crap to drive though, because it's not. It's actually very smooth, it's very relaxing, and the Quattro all-wheel drive system makes it all very safe indeed. It's just that, is it exciting or engaging in any way? No, not one bit. See, the steering is so ridiculously light, it's actually scary. And handling, yeah, there's a lot of grip, but there's just no fun to be had here. Absolutely none.
You wouldn't have expected that from an Audi, would you? Now the Mercedes is just as surprising, but in a good way this time. It's fabulous to drive. If you think the A250 Sport was a good drive, well, the GLA's even better. The steering is well weighted, there's enough feel through the rim, and you know what? It's fun. It genuinely is. If you're looking for a family car that you can drive like a hot hatch when the mood comes, this is it. Oh yes, folks, this Mercedes-Benz handles better than the Audi and BMW here. Who would have thought, eh?
Surprise, surprise. This X1 actually loses out to the GLA in terms of driving performance. It's not as boring as the Audi, but compared to the Mercedes, it feels more like a tall, high-riding crossover. Now, body control is not too bad, it's just that it feels a little bit too soft around corners. And after years of saying that rear-wheel drive is the right-wheel drive, this X1 is actually front-wheel drive. But hey, one thing the X1 does really well is the gearbox. It's a good example of why auto manufacturers should maintain using conventional automatics. This X1 uses an 8-speed torque converter and it just works like a charm. Just a few things though. Now this doesn't come with pedal shifters, but that's not really a big problem. The other thing is this 8-speed automatic transmission is from iSyn. It's not from ZF, which is what BMW normally uses, for example in the 3 Series. So it's not magically smooth, but at the end of the day, I would rather have this over a dual clutch transmission anytime.
With 211 horsepower, the Mercedes is the most powerful car here. It's fast, almost hot hatch fast. What's not so great though is the gearbox. Merc's DCT still lags far behind Audi's. It's clumsy, slow, and at low speeds, absolutely infuriating sometimes. Sure, you'll get used to it, but that in itself is a flaw. Instead of adapting to your driving style, like the best gearboxes do, you have to change your driving habits to suit its behaviors.
The Audi, well, it uses a similar 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox like in the Mercedes, but it's so much better. It's faster, quicker to respond, it's better in everything, basically. And despite the engine having the least powerful output here, it feels just as fast as the GLA. If you really need a dual-clutch gearbox, this is one of the better ones out there. Audi also says that this car is a lot more economical than before, so let's see how much better it is compared to the rest.
For this test, we use Petronas Premix 95 with advanced energy formula. This fuel cleans the engine, creates finer fuel spray and reduces friction, ideal for modern direct injection turbocharged engines such as these.
Between the three cars, the Mercedes GLA 250 proved to be the least economical, but not by much. It averaged 11.1 kilometers per litre, slightly more than the Audi which managed 11.5 kilometers per litre. The front-wheel drive BMW X1 is the best at the fuel pumps with 12.9 kilometers per litre. Now we are back on the road again and we are driving through typical Malaysian roads with lots of potholes and God knows what else. Now the X1 really shines here. It might not be the most dynamic car, but it is definitely the most comfortable car of the lot. And unlike the previous X1s, especially the early ones, they were a little bit stiff in terms of ride comfort. This one is a lot softer, but it's a good thing. It's very nice.
At the other end of the scale is the Mercedes. Now in GLA 250 guys, it gets the sportier AMG line package with a stiffer and lower suspension setup. Now that's great where driving is concerned. I mean, it makes it so good around the bends. But on back roads like these, which is a little bit bumpy, ride comfort really suffers. I mean, it's not as unforgiving as the A250 Sport, mind you, but still, it's harder than you might expect. If you've got kids, I don't think they'd sit quietly for very long.
As for ride, the Q3 is somewhere in the middle. I mean, it's not as hard as a Mercedes-Benz, but it's not as comfortable as the BMW either. To be honest, I think it's a little bit lost. I mean, this is supposed to be a family car, but it's nowhere really. It's not very comfortable, it's not fun to drive, and I'm like, what's this thing built for? I think to be a properly good car, it has to be a lot more comfortable than this.
So, we now know the GLA is the most fun to drive and the X1 the most comfortable. What about the Q3 then? Perhaps it will fare better inside. Let's take a look and see.
Here, the Audi starts to claw back some brownie points. The boot is properly spacious, as you would expect from an SUV. There's just more than enough space for a family weekend trip. Space-wise, there's actually less space than the Mercedes-Benz, but do not trust that for a minute, because here you get a much wider and much taller loading space to fit bigger items. So far, so good then. Inside, this car feels like a proper premium product. Build quality, Audi is still king, there's no doubts about it. In here, there's not that much space. I mean, it looks big because I'm short, but I suppose it's enough for small kids. But one thing that it does so much better than the Mercedes is visibility. I mean, it just feels so much more spacious, more airy. Trust me, you would rather be in here than in the Mercedes.
Yep, there's only one word to describe this rear cabin: claustrophobic. It's just not built for kids, this. The windows are high up and small, the headlining is black and gloomy, and the thick one-piece front seats block your view out. Not a good place to be, this.
To make matters worse, it doesn't even have rear aircon vents. And while the Alcantara inserts do look good, the rest of the cabin falls way short of the Audi in terms of feel and quality.
And lastly, the X1. Now you wouldn't have expected BMW to come up with the best family car. Here, it has. Check this out. The boot is humongous. It's way bigger than the other two, and there's also this very deep compartment here, handy to keep things hidden. However, there is a but, and it's a big but it's the only car here without an electric tailgate. So you've got to do this. It's the best inside too, in terms of rear space and seat comfort. Plus, not to mention the BMW iDrive system up front, which is still the best of its kind by far, beating the Merc's Command and especially Audi's overly complicated MMI system. It's also one of the very first cars in Malaysia to get the concierge service, which is really cool.
Welcome to BMW Connected Drive. This is Marina. How can I assist you today?
Hi Marina,
Hi, good afternoon. How can I help you?
I would like to know where's the closest chapati shop.
Okay, the closest one that I have here. Okay, it's a bit far, so let me search for a closer one.
How far is far?
It's 10 kilometers, so I'm looking for a closer.
10 kilometers is good.
Presently sending you now.
Okay.
With that, then I'll be closing the call, and thank you for using BMW Connected Drive. Bye for now.
Thank you.
So, at the end of the day, I think it's clear to see that the BMW is the overall winner here.
Yes, the BMW is the best all-rounder. It's comfortable, it's spacious, it's the one you should get if you're looking for a family car.
Yep, and that's the point of these cars, right? The other two are just a little bit too flawed for this.
The Mercedes GLA, for instance, is way too stiff to be used as an everyday family car. It's great to drive, but to me, it's just a little bit of a bigger, better A-Class. It's more that than a proper practical crossover.
And the Audi, well, I suppose it's for those who want to be a little bit different. Those who think that BMW is a bit boring to drive, but it looks unique, and the interior is twice as classy as the rest, yeah.
So there you go. The one for the hipsters, the one for the enthusiasts, and the one for the family man. But have you ever expected the BMW to be the best practical car here?
And if you add to that BMW's class-leading 5-year warranty and free service package, you have a car that appeals to your brain. Follow your heart though, and you might just fall for the Merc instead.
And that's settled then. That's it for this week's episode. Do join us next week as we finish the season with a big bang. We're talking about $3 million supercars right here. Thanks for watching.
Driven, powered by Petronas Primex 95 with advanced energy formula.